All right, guys, so we have to put on our tinfoil hat and go full conspiracy theorist in this video, because I think that this video and this story deserves just that, okay? Because I have a whole lot of questions about the coincidences that happen involving the story of Killer Mike, who is a rapper that was arrested after winning 3 Grammys at the Grammy Awards. Now, this is shocking for obvious reasons, okay? You have a rapper who just won Grammys, like he won awards, and then you have the police coming into the award ceremony and arresting him. Best believe you would think that the police would be arresting him for something that is major, right? Like, for example, the dude committed a murder or something like that, right? You would think that that would have to be the circumstances that would justify police doing something like that, okay? But that's not what happened. Actually, the circumstances surrounding his arrest are very mysterious. The police haven't really given that much information about exactly why they decided to do that. And this all comes after Killer Mike refused to endorse Joe Biden on Bill Maher's show, even though Bill Maher basically begged Killer Mike to endorse Joe Biden. Killer Mike still refused to do so.
What are your feelings on the election coming up? I mean, Biden and Trump, are you as depressed about that as most people as a choice?
My feeling is pick your policy, not your person. Find out. This is not the Dallas Cowboys versus your favorite team. This is the policies that will affect our generations for the next 20, 30, 40 years to come. So close your eyes, listen to the policies that are being pushed, and pay attention even to the people who don't have a chance of winning, because they're going to say policies you may want to push. And I would say do that, but make it policy-based.
So that means you're for...
That means I'm for black people and happy Black History Month.
But you're not saying one candidate over the other?
Hey man, my nigga, you ain't gonna get me in no trouble tonight. Hey,
No, that's your job with me, to get me in trouble.
My grandfather gave me some stellar advice sometimes. He said, son, sometimes you just gotta know to stay out of white folks' business. And this time, I'm gonna keep my mouth closed. I still like the policy that the old man had that I was supporting. I would encourage people to find who's supporting that policy and see what happens.
But you can't get yourself to say vote for Biden over Trump?
You want me to list it now? So now
I'm just saying that.
Can he get himself to apologize for the crime bill? Can he get himself to get his head out of his ass and say, black people, you are black regardless. I need you to tell me what I need to do. Can he pick a coalition of former people who are affected by drug laws, street gangs, recidivism and crime, and say, I need you as a board to advise me how to fix federal prisons? If he can do that, absolutely I can. So my challenge is out there.
All right.
Yeah, so you seen that, you heard that, okay? Killer Mike is one of these rappers, just like Ice Cube, that is very kind of politically active in the sense that they are trying to hold the Democrat Party accountable for the promises that they make every election season to black people that, hey, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. And then once black people go and vote for Democrats at a 95% clip, Democrats then, after the election, after they win, say, well, too bad, so sad, right? We're not going to do any of this stuff. We don't really give a damn about you. We will see you again next time we need to get elected, okay? And he's one of these rappers that have kind of figured out the game from Democrats, and he's now saying, you know what? I'm not going to get on board with vote blue no matter who, okay? And it doesn't necessarily mean that he's going to vote for Trump or vote red. It just means that he's one of these guys that is not going to come out here and just stomp for Joe Biden just because that's what black people are supposed to do. Okay, that is something that Killer Mike is not doing. That's something that Ice Cube is not doing. They're like, look, I'm not just going to come out here and endorse Joe Biden. Now, that doesn't mean that they're endorsing Trump. It just means that they're not endorsing Biden, which could mean that they're not going to vote for Biden or Trump, which, hey, that's something I'm not really mad at. I'm not really upset with that, okay? And I'm going to tell you why I'm not upset with it. The reason why I'm not upset with it is because when it comes to the so-called black vote, in order to secure the black vote, you have to make a whole bunch of promises just to black people, right? You got to tell them that you're going to give them reparations. You have to be soft on crime. You have to build statues of Emmett Till and George Floyd. You have to pander to black people and make specific promises of handouts to them. That's not something I want to see any Republican politician do. And if that's what you have to do to get the black vote, then it's not worth it. And quite honestly, Republicans don't need the black vote, right? Republicans haven't needed the black vote in order to win an election since the civil rights era. Okay, so it doesn't really matter that much for Republicans. The only people that need the black vote are Democrats. If Democrats don't get the black vote, or if black people don't vote for Democrats, if they don't show up to vote for Democrats, then Democrats lose, okay? And Democrats know this. This is why they come around during election season making all types of crazy promises that they know they're not going to keep the black folks in order to get the vote. So again, I don't think Republicans should play that game. They don't have to play that game because they can win without it. They just need black people not to vote for Biden. They don't necessarily need black people to vote for Trump. Now, again, it's better if black people vote for Trump because I personally believe that Trump's policies benefit everybody, including black folks. And that is how politicians should present themselves. They should not be pandering to specific groups of people based off of their race, because everybody is affected by an open border. Everybody is negatively affected by being soft on crime. Everybody is negatively affected by a bad economy. These are things that Trump can fix and solve that will benefit everybody. There's no need to make specific promises to groups of people based off their race. Okay? So, yeah, with that being said, we all know what happens when you fall out of line, okay? When you are black, especially when you're black, okay? You're a Democrat and you don't come out here and stomp for your Lord and Savior, Joe Biden, the white man, you get punished, okay? And I think that that's probably what's going on here with Killer Mike being arrested at the Grammys, because apparently he was booked for battery on citizens' arrest. And there's now a new leaked video showing the altercation, what happened that led to Killer Mike's arrest. And you guys tell me what you think in regards to whether or not it was justified for police to run up in the Grammys after this guy had won like 3 awards and to arrest him for this. And before I get into a context, apparently he got in an altercation with a security guard, and the police claims that he knocked down the security guard, and that's why they arrested him. So as you see, the security guard, the guy is out in front of Killer Mike. He's trying to walk in to the place.
No, we don't know right there. But yeah, we need to get on it.
So again, clearly this is a heated thing. Okay, this is heated, but I don't see any assault or battery or anything like that. I don't see where anybody's getting knocked down. Okay, I don't see an arrestable offense here.
It's literally been a week. Did you? And I was like, what's up? Yeah, that would be the best bet.
Yeah, so I don't see anything, right? I don't see anything there that justifies police running up into Grammys to arrest this guy. I mean, if police responded that way to actual real crimes and the dangerous criminals in California that are causing chaos all over that state and in the city of Los Angeles, California would not have a crime problem, okay? Los Angeles would not have a crime problem if police responded that way to real criminals. So let's read here. TMZ has obtained new video and info that sheds more light onto the Killer Mike situation, including the fact that he's now being booked for battery on a citizen's arrest. This after he allegedly got physical with a security guard at the venue while out in the rain. Law enforcement sources tell TMZ Mike was booked for misdemeanor battery Sunday evening. This after a private person's arrest took place at Crypto.com Arena. We're told Killer Mike is accused of knocking down a security officer after they did not get out of his way quick enough, the apparent aftermath of which looks to have been caught on tape seen here. We got a video that seems to show Mike being chased down outside in the windy rain, where security personnel can be seen attempting to stop him, with Mike looking determined to get by them. You can't see any, quote, knockdown as has been described to us by law enforcement, but it does look like he faces off with security guards in tense fashion. Yeah, so here's the thing. I personally would like to ask the question of, is this a setup? Okay, because some people may be asking, well, how do you connect this back to Killer Mike not endorsing Joe Biden? And again, this was the day before. Okay, he had just went on Bill Maher's show and basically refused to endorse Joe Biden. He shows up to the Grammys and he gets in an exchange with a security officer, right? A security guard. Now, who knows? Maybe this could have been a situation where the security guard was sent to try to get in front of Killer Mike, or to try to start some type of altercation with Killer Mike as an excuse to have him arrested, to send a message to Killer Mike following his refusal to endorse Joe Biden. I don't know, right? I'm not entirely sure. I'm just saying that there are a whole lot of coincidences in regards to people who come out against the Biden administration. If you are a Democrat, if you're on the left side of the aisle, okay, if you are a black influencer, it doesn't matter who you are. If you don't get on board with the Biden agenda, there seems to be consequences, okay? Like Eric Adams. Eric Adams started speaking out against the border and what was happening at the border. The FBI is showing up to his campaign manager's house, and they're shaking down Eric Adams in the middle of the street right in New York City, alleging that he's engaged in influence peddling, or his campaign was engaged in influence peddling. Okay, you have what happened to Cori Bush. Okay, Cori Bush, who came out against the Biden agenda when it comes to the Israel and Palestine situation, and she's all of a sudden under DOJ investigation. Not to mention all of Biden's like obvious political opponents like Trump and Trump supporters being under investigation and things like that. Nancy Pelosi coming out and calling for the FBI to investigate people who are protesting for a ceasefire. Democrats have shown that they're willing to weaponize the government against anybody who does not get on board with their agenda. And somebody like Killer Mike, who is a politically active rapper, he's probably one of the most, if not the most, politically active rappers that we have. Him coming out and refusing to endorse Joe Biden, especially considering how the poll numbers are showing that Joe Biden is losing support among black folks. Black people still overwhelmingly support Joe Biden, which is sad, but he's losing that support that he's going to need in order to win. Somebody like Killer Mike refusing to endorse Joe Biden sends a very, very, very bad message, right? That's basically like him saying bad things about Joe Biden, okay? Because usually, again, you'll have somebody like him come out and just overtly say, oh yeah, vote for Joe Biden. Trump racist, right? But that's not what people are saying anymore. People are not falling for the okie doke. Oh, Trump's a racist. He's a white supremacist. People aren't falling for that anymore. It doesn't work anymore. Okay? They've overused it, right? They've overplayed that card to the point where people don't even listen to it anymore. So now, again, what you have is these people who usually line up and they vote for Biden. You know, they're saying, look, I don't know, man. I'm not trying to come out here and just overtly endorse him. Again, he doesn't have to endorse Trump. It's just the worst part is that he's not endorsing Biden, which shows that there's a lack of enthusiasm, okay? He's not the only rapper that has essentially shown this lack of enthusiasm. Again, Ice Cube, Cardi B has come out and started complaining about inflation, some of the policies of the Biden administration. This is something that is getting worse and worse and worse for Biden, but we cannot forget that a lot of times when you see this type of stuff, I don't think it's a coincidence that people are getting punished for speaking out against the regime or not going along with the regime 100%. Now, do I know if this is connected to that 100%? I have no clue. I'm just asking questions, right? I'm just saying there's a lot of coincidences here. Eventually, Mike was cuffed and led away in the rain as well. It's still unclear what exactly led up to this. Remember, just moments earlier, he was inside soaking in the Grammy win. Killer Mike's Grammy night came to an end early because he was just led out of an event in handcuffs after an alleged physical altercation. Yeah, so this, again, was them originally taking the guy out, okay? The circumstances surrounding this are so mysterious. There's not that much information being put out about it and why. It seems like it's being done for petty reasons, which makes me ask a whole lot of questions about why is this happening, the timing of it all, considering that he, refuses to endorse the white liberal savior. I'm just saying, you guys can come to your own conclusions about why this is happening. I just think that it's worth asking questions about why is it that the people that refuse to get on board with the regime, they seem to get punished as a result for it, okay? Is it all just a coincidence, or is there something more going on here? Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.